Okay, so if you have been following this channel, you already know I have done a full series on CV. I've shared my live CV in which I broke down what ATS is, what a data-driven CV actually look like, how to write your achievements, your profile, everything step by step. So if you haven't seen it, the link is in the description. And after all of that, the number one question I keep getting is, can I get your CV template? So yes, it is now available, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you are getting and how to use it, right? Now, there are two CV templates that I used. One to send directly to the HR, it should be appealing with the data, and the other to apply on the website, on the job portals, which is supposed to be more strictly on the ATS side. Now, both are there on sale on TopMate. The link is in the description below, but here's the thing. Just giving you a template is not enough, because I know what will happen. You will open it, you will see terms like data-driven instruction, AFL, checkpoint, UDL, NGSS, and if you haven't studied or worked in a UAE school, you might know the word, but you won't know how to use it in your CV, and it doesn't make sense. So along with the template, you will be getting a CV companion guide. Now this is actually a step-by-step instruction manual for you so that you can make the CV as per your experience, as per your cohort, as per your position, right? Let me walk you through it, correct? So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is what the CV companion guide looks like, right? This guide has 4 parts, and let's start with the part 1, which is the glossary. So that's the glossary part, correct? Now, this is something I'm really proud of, because this is what most guides don't give you. Every single term that appears on your CV template, I have explained it in plain English, told you exactly what it actually means in a classroom setting, and also have given you a ready sentence that you can adapt for your own subject. So for example, let's say we have the data-driven instructions. Now, data-driven instruction, it seems to be we are familiar with the term, but what does it look like in a classroom? It just means that you're using your quiz scores, your checkpoint scores, or your assessment result, your unit test, your final examination to actually decide what you are going to teach in the next lesson. So you're not guessing actually what is going to be the next topic, how the next topic is going to be, what will be the, the differentiation in the next lesson, what will be the rigor in the next lesson. Everything is not guessing, you have data to prove it, correct, right? Now, I've also given the sentence. So I've given you that in my class, I used weekly quiz data in subject to group students and reteach weak areas, which reduced underachievement by X% per term. So you just replace the subject and the percentage with your own, and that's it. And that's exactly same for all the terms. For AFL, for UDL, for IEPs, for RTI, for PLCs, every single term is mentioned like this, what it actually means and how we are going to use it, or how you can use it in your CV. It's all there in this table, so you don't need to Google anything, correct? Now moving to the next part. The next part is basically the subject. Now, this is for those of you who are not a physics teacher, because my CV is built around AP, around IB physics. But if you are a mathematics teacher or an English teacher, a science teacher or a humanities teacher, I've written out exactly what you need to swap. So for example, for a mathematics teacher, instead of NGSS, you would reference Common Core or IB mathematics, right? Instead of PASCO or FET, which is in science, you are going to mention GeoGebra or you're going to mention Desmos. The logic is exactly same. You just replace the tools and the framework with the ones which is relevant to your subject, right? So this is basically for all these subjects it's there. Then moving to the third part, which is the cohort, and this one is huge. This is for different cohorts. So if you are applying for a primary position, the language is completely different from high school. Primary is about phonics, play-based learning, social emotional learning, early literacy. Middle school is about the MYP frameworks. Middle school is about project-based learnings. It is about transition support, because rigor will increase. High school is about exam outcomes, whether it's a CBSE board result or AP pass rate or IB mean scores or IGCSE grade distribution. I have written out the key language for each level with sample bullet points. So for primary, you can see this is what a sample bullet points look like. Correct? So you have exactly what you need to write, what are the key terms, what is the language which you are looking for, right? Now moving to the part 4. Now part 4 is basically the ChatGPT prompt bank, right? Now this is the most powerful part of this whole guide, because I know most of you are not comfortable with prompting. You open ChatGPT, you type help me improve my CV, and you get something very generic, and that's not something which is actually going to get you a job in UAE, right? So I have written the prompts for you. You just need to copy paste and you just fill in the brackets. That's it, right? So let me show you an example. Correct? So let's say I'm a mathematics teacher and I'm applying for a high school position, right? And I want to rewrite one of my experience bullet points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the prompt from part 4, the one which is the rewriting. Let's say this is what I'm looking for, experience, right? So this is the experience bullet points, and let's go for the high school teacher. Okay, right? Now, let's say I'm gonna copy paste this thing, right? And I'm going to use ChatGPT, and in ChatGPT I'm going to paste it. Now what you need to do, I'm just going to change my subject, which is basically maths, right? Then my curriculum, let's say my curriculum is IGCSE, okay? So I'm going to remove all others and IGCSE exams, okay? And then my original, what was your original experience? And let's take for an example, my original experience bullet point was that I teach maths to, let's say, 100 plus students, okay? And let's say they prepare for exams and secured good marks. Let's keep it simple, okay? Sorry for the typo, right? Right, that's it, right? And then I'm looking for IGCSE, so I'm gonna make again IGCSE here, and that's it, you're ready to go. So if you see, my initial experience bullet point was I teach maths to 100 plus students, they prepare for exam, they score good marks. This was it. You copy paste the prompt from ChatGPT, right? Fill in your initial, and let's see what we get. It comes back with a proper professional language, a proper IGCSE framework. There is a data driven, it's an AFL, a measurable outcome is there also, right? And this is basically what a difference between a CV that gets shortlisted and the one that doesn't. And there are prompts for every single section, your professional summary, for your experience bullets, for your key achievements, for your skill section, for your leadership experience, and each prompt is differentiated. So there's a separate version for primary, for middle school and high school. Right? So just to bring it all together, if you have watched the CV series on this channel, you already know the theory. You know what ATS is. You know what a data-driven CV looks like. You know the structure. Now you have 2 templates and a guide to actually build or make it yours. The CV template is on TopMate. Link is in the description. And the companion guide is also linked right there in the description, right? So you get along with it. You get the glossary, you get the subject guides, you get the cohort guides, you get the full ChatGPT prompt bank, everything in one document. Whether you are a primary teacher or a middle school teacher or a high school teacher, whether you teach maths, English, science, humanities, this guide walks you through exactly how to make the template yours. I have seen how much a strong CV changes outcomes for teachers here in UAE. It's not about copying, it's about presenting your real experience in the right language, the right structure for UAE and international schools. So if you are serious about your next move, the template are there, the guide is there, go use it, links are in the description. If you have any question, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, bye-bye.